For social media today, 2024, now we, the black legs, will control the narrative. Now we get the numbers, the quality, and the quantity. I go program for una. We go start with Sako Ikome, ABC alphabet Facebook page. Una fit compare them with any other Amber terrorist for Facebook. Una go get exactly the same result where me I go present them to una today. So this one na typical live broadcast where Sako Ikome on Facebook page. They do them. After 9 hours, they get now only 6 shares and 418 views. I present the information on the screen for una. Make una pay attention to the screen. Una go see the evidence. Which way una need for know now say we take our measurement now after 4 days. Now that one that because say the new cycle it expire after 4 days. Anything will happen if it burn some money taxi or kill some person after 4 days. No person in the Anglophone zone it go fit even still remember. Because all man it go just pass a gloss over and that new cycle it don't pass. So we always gauge now after 4 days for see the number of views, the number of people the way they be pay attention to that news for that time where it be happen. So after 4 days, now for then now you go see and say this, so that news article it go don't fade. Plenty people they go don't forget them. So now why that way I usually take my gauge now after between 3 to 5 days them for gauge the interest in that particular news article when will it be come out, when will it be still be very hot. So now if you look at the same Sako Ikome your own gang, remember say Sako to call itself say be president for so-called Ambazonians. This particular live broadcast where they do them, 4 days later they get now only 1,000 views. After 4 days, only 1,000 views. For the same Sako Ikome Facebook page, this particular live broadcast where they do them, after 5 days, they get less than 1,000 views. They get now only 741 views and only 46 shares for this live broadcast. 5 days later. Now, make we compare them to Chris Anu, he own ABS TV, he presence for Facebook. 4 days later, for this live broadcast where Chris Anu do them, they get only 1,000 views. Chris Anu Tuna president for his own faction of the internet government. 4 days later, 1,000 views. Now you look at the other one. 5 days later, after he do this live broadcast, he get now only 1.6K, when about 1,600 views. After 5 days, this one even get a high number of views because it be the castigate the ADF. Now infighting, Chris Anu come live for can celebrate the kumkumization of General Stone for ADF for Bamenda. It get 1,600 views. Now make we look at the other faction, the so-called Egofsi, Ayabacho's own gang. This one Ayabacho himself, it become live. It present live broadcast for their so-called ACN Facebook page. After 3 days, they get now only 1,800 views. 3 days. And for the same Ayabachoy gang, they do this live broadcast, and 4 days later, they get 2,800 views. And why they get up to 2,800? Now, because it even been an infighting. Now, Amber versus Amber. They can't do a whole live presentation for crush each other. They talk, say, exposing Fabiano or Fabiano exposed by Glenn. So this Glenn guy, he don't can do a live presentation where they crush another so-called Ambazonian. Now, why that way they even get that high views? Because the entertainment now the other faction, they can't watch how they crush the other one them. Now, wait that way it happened in Amber World for 2024. And now for this other one where they do them 5 days later, they get now 2,700 views. Now, Ayabacho himself, so-called president, they say the leader's address to the nation plus a speech analysis from Barisa, whatever. They get now less than 3,000 views. President for country where they claim say get 8 million people. They do live presentation for Facebook. They get less than 3,000 people. They go watch them. I go can't give an analysis now comparing to our own page, Dr. Countryman Junior E page. When I look at, when I pay attention on the screen because I know they just talk na empty mob. I present the evidence on the screen for una. Make we take just this live broadcast where Countryman be doing where me I be doing 5 days ago. Look at the number of views where we get them. 11,000 views. We look at the next one. This one a presentation where I just do and post them for Facebook where no be live. I just do and post them on the 5th of June this year 2024. You don't get 48,000 views where I will talk about the election of Pa Philemon Yang to be president of the United Nations General Assembly. Look at the next one, where Countryman Junior be dead live for Kumba 3 days ago. He be dead live for only 6 minutes. For prove am to them, say they so now only yellow taxi they there for Kumba. No man never changed the taxi color to blue and white. It get more than 12,600 views after just 3 days. Look at the next one. Now, when I Countryman me, I be dead live for less than 1 minute for Yaoundé. Less than 1 minute, I be dead live. Just turn on my camera. I get 12,900 views after just 3 days. Now, what is that way? Their presidents, they can't do live presentation for 1 hour, 2 hours. They need to get 1/4 of that number of views. Now, we could just look at the historical figures them. See, this one are 2 posts of Dr. Countryman Junior, Oka Nasri Clovis for 2 of our different Facebook pages them. And remember, say, we'll get now 4 different pages that we will do for Facebook. You get Dr. Countryman Junior, you get A Better Cameroon, you get Country People, and then you get Cameroonianness. So these views that were at the show now, so now just for one of the pages them. I never even add all the other pages the way we control them. Now, look at the number of views on the screen. When we will advocate for the banning of Okada inside Bamenda, that presentation where Countryman Junior be doing, it will get about 40,000 views. We'll cut the video, rebroadcast them, it get another additional 95,000 views. Now the evidence that on the screen. And then this other video, the second one, Oka Nasri Clovis, it be there live for Kumba. It get 48,000 views, 48,000. Okay, now we could look at the next video. Next video where we post on 22nd of May. When I see how many views you get them, 113,000 views. Where we will talk about this guy Killian, where Capo Daniel be saying he may go plant bomb for disrupt 20th May for 2023. We'll repost them for 22nd of May 2024. Just 2 months ago, less than 2 months ago. It don't already get 113,000 views. When I see how we change the narrative, right? Now we day in control of what we will discuss on social media today. Look at the next evidence where they on the screen for now. This one a live broadcast where Oka Nasri Clovis be doing for Christmas 25th of December 2023 for Kumba. It just turn on the camera for a few minutes. It do live presentation. It don't get more than 37,900 views. Okay, and then this other one will be doing 5 days before on the 20th of December 2023 for proof for people then say no ghost town in no day for Kumba. All man they just enjoy ordinary normal life. Oka Nasri Clovis for that live broadcast will be doing. It get 59,600 views for that live broadcast. So the numbers they need to lie. We get the quantity and the quality. And I go now analyze the numbers where I just come out for show una, for explain for una how it be important, what way would it do.
But this is the reality. People listen to the devil himself, my country people of La Republic, more than they listen to some Amazonian activists. This is the reality.
So when I don't hear Capo Daniel, it don't explain for una. Say the reality, now say our people them on the ground, when at the matter, that they listen not to me, we, the black legs them, the country people them, more than that they listen to the so-called Amazonian presidents, the way they flop for Facebook. That is the reality. That one be very important. Because say, for 2017, 18, 19, and even 2020, the Amber terrorists for Facebook, they will get a monopoly, where it means that they will control social media. They will control the narrative. Anything will be happen, now them will come out, can't put the message out. At that time, they will get plenty of people the way they be there for Facebook, where they make noise, they talk, now them will do the radicalization, now them will spread the fake news, the misinformation. For example, you get the Asu Lucas, the Capo Daniel, the Mark Barretta, the Eric Tato them. All of these people them, they be own social media. And I don't explain this one extensively for una for understand the impact where they get them. That impact it be do it. It be spread their fake news, their propaganda. It be cause the radicalization of Anglophone youth. It be make people they believe in their nonsense. But since then, which way we don't successful, which way we don't be successful for achieve amnasivity, we don't delete their Facebook presence, we don't delete their impact for social media, we don't delete Mark Barretta, delete Eric Tato, delete many of them. And then even some of their social media activists where they get them, like Yannick Sikot, he don't surrender now, na black leg for our side. Capo Daniel, he don't surrender now, he did preach now one Cameroon. So not only will they delete their presence on social media, but will they convert some of their activists into black legs them. And then the few ones where they remain where they want to talk about Ambazonia, we don't delete them off of social media so they don't get impact anymore. Thereby allowing the playing field for we the black legs now for dictate and control the narrative. If we want to talk about anything, we decide to talk about them. Now we go carry the day. For example, yellow taxi policy for Bamenda. Now we decide and now we put them, we force all of them now for can't talk about that thing. Why would they be want for concentrate for do fundraising, for the do activism, for the radicalize picking them, for the make people they be angry, for they spread their fake news? They cannot. They no fit concentrate on those things them anymore. They concentrate now for the talk about what way we decide say we go talk about on social media. Now the powers that we will get them for this 2024. We change the narrative and now we dictate the topic of discussion on social media. And even when them decide now for go talk about what way they want to talk about, no man will follow them. People they need to listen to them. People they don't switch off. People they be disgusted by their nonsense, the infighting, their propaganda need to work anymore. They not feel recruit anymore gullible picking them, they go carry guns them. So the whole nonsense it did die they go and they see them with their own eyes. And now why that way when they see someone they can't beg for negotiation for one Cameroon. So when they can't talk about cessation of hostilities, so when they can't talk about say they talk now about devolution or whatever. Now because they don't read the clock and they don't say and say they don't losses, they don't lose. We don't carry the day. We don't defeat them on social media and on the ground. And some of them therefore they think say they so we pay too much attention to what way the international community they talk. No. We pay attention now to what way papa, mommy, them, brothers and sisters them on the ground, what way they think, what way they feel, and how they react. Now what that way it matter the most. The people the way they carry the guns that they kill Anglophones them, now Anglophones, now Ambazonia terrorists. So now for they we were focused it be and when they see the results. I remember for 2018 time we start. People they can't tell you say countryman, if you talk for pidgin so francophones they no go hear you. If you talk for pidgin so the international community no go feel understand what way you talk. I talk say yes. Now because I don't care whether the international community hear me or not. My target audience now are people the way they on the ground. Inside Ekiliwindi, for Ndian, inside Momo, for Bui. Now the people that way I care about inside Mezam. So whether some white man there for Europe or for United Nations or whatever, whether I hear which way they talk or not, that one are secondary or even tertiary. You know, even being at the prime reason why I do the thing I do. My target audience, now that people the way they on the ground inside Bamenda, for listen to my voice, understand which way they talk, and then now for forget the analysis and forget sense and for stop the nonsense radicalization of our country people then. So when I see them today say the hard work it don't pay off and all the amber noise makers now for Facebook they be irrelevant, they be inconsequential, they just make no noise. Plenty Anglophones they don't switch off, they need to still follow them, they need to still listen to them. For social media today, and I don't just tell you now only the ones the way it is for Facebook. If you go do the same comparative analysis, even though we not get with presence for Twitter because Twitter now for people the way they want to get impact on the international community, I don't really care about what way the president of France or whatever they think about Ambazonia terrorism. That one, I leave that one for the Cameroon diplomatic missions for handle them. And they handle them. When I get people then like Philemon Yang, he didn't a president for United Nations General Assembly. It will create that kind of impact at that level. My impact where I want to create them now at the level of that Okada rider, the truck pusher, and the Mami we day on the ground inside the Anglophone zone. Now my target that. So when I say and say this, so we don't totally succeed. And another thing we did a disadvantage for the Amber terrorists then. Now they are infighting. Now they are division. So now they don't divide themselves into tiny little segments. They be fragmented for the way. They just crush themselves. And if you now go for the for the post the way they post them. You could see for example, when we post, look at the number of shares the way we share them. 100 and something shares, 173, 111 shares. But when the Amber terrorists, their so-called president, Warana Ayabacho, Sako Ikome, Chris Ano himself, he can do live broadcast. Go look at how many people they share them. Sometimes they get 3 shares, 4 shares. If it really be really good, it would get like 40 something shares. Now all that way they fit achieve them. And now one of the reasons that way their message need to go out. And even if the message won't go out, not only they talk to themselves, not only their own small clique of followers, them they listen to them. They don't get the ability for expand. And then their enemies, them, when also other Amber terrorist factions, their enemies, they can't listen to them for find material, for coach them. So now the dynamic that way it did on the ground. And now one of the reasons that why we do this kind of analysis, now why that we do them, for make una understand, say, the Amber terrorism, it don't be largely defeated. The impact where they be getting for 2018, 19 and whatnot, it no exist anymore. And now why that way they talk, say, make no man no waste the time, effort or energy, say it go dialogue or negotiate with the Ayabacho, Sako, Ikome, Tapang or Kapo Daniel, whatever. They are inconsequential. They don't get any leverage. They don't get the impact. They cannot recruit one more gullible Anglophone Pakistan for Bush. Even the few terrorists where they still remain for Bush today, they just fighting at their money. They just fighting at their money. They fight now for survival, just for stay alive, just for be able for feed their drug addiction, just for be able for make their ends meet. They use that gun now for terrorize Anglophones them, kidnap them for ransom, just for be able for survive. Now the reality that on the ground, I don't show una concrete evidence on social media. We don't defeat Ambazona terrorism. The numbers do not lie. We get the quantity and the quality. I don't show una the quantity. The quality now the quality now the ability for reach your target audience. Like I don't explain for una. They meet them on the ground. Now what target? Now them they listen to we. Not them. And we get the message to the target audience. And also, person where they talk to, for example, the people the way they change the policy inside country, the people the way they control the economy for country, the people the way they control the distribution inside country. When we talk to those kind of people, then we get an impact into how they make decisions. Then that one are the quality when they talk about. So one message, you need to just go out to the masses. One message, it hit the target audience where we want me to hear, and it cause the relevant and the right impact where we want to make it cause them. That one, not the quality where me I talk about. So we the Black Legs them. Now we control social media today, and we control the message, and now we get the numbers, we get the quantity and the quality, because we reach the most number, the most amount of people them, the maximum number of people them where we reach them. It passed all the Amber terrorists their own. If you add Ayabacho, Sako, Ikome, Tapang, Ivo, all of them put together today for social media, they no feel reach where me, Okanas, Clovis Beltus, and we the Black Legs with the Duam on social media. We get the numbers and we get the quality. The community distributors them, all they listen to we, and they follow our pages them, and they take action. Even the Amber terrorists where they did for Bush where they carry the guns, they follow we, they listen to we, and they act based on where we decide, say they go act. Thank you plenty my country people them. Today, the number 8 day for July.
Lesson number 1, my country people talks about it. Listen, whether or not you accept, my country people is a force to reckon with. Me, I agree. He's an enemy that is strong. So, Ambazonians will thank my country people for the wonderful job